In this video, we're going to cover spreadsheet linking with SafetyPro Label Designer. That's the ability to link a spreadsheet and the data there to one label template and print multiple labels. This is a training video. It's considered an advanced training video for SafetyPro Label Designer. If you're not familiar with that software, go ahead and watch our other videos on getting started so you can learn the fundamentals of what we're about to look at. Let's start with the spreadsheet that we're using and our test data. In this theoretical case, we have different warehouse managers with different contact information who manage different sections. And we want to print a label to place in that section so people know who to contact with questions. So let's go ahead. So in our data, we just have their name, phone number, their location, the section they manage, and the ID of the forklift driver for that section. So I'm going to go ahead and close the spreadsheet first of all and open up a label. Again, if you don't know how to make these sorts of labels with SafetyPro Label Designer, go ahead and watch our other videos because we're not going to go over all the nitty-gritty of those details. But you can see here we've created a very basic label template. It probably doesn't look like what anyone actually would use, but this is what we want for this project. And we have all the spots for our data are empty. So let's go ahead and put that in. We're going to be using this simple text object. And what we're going to do is we're going to link up our spreadsheet first. So this toolbar right here is for spreadsheet linking. We're going to start with this green plus to add or change our data source. And we're in my desktop folder, we're going to add this CSV file. CSV is comma separated values. That works with Excel, with LibreOffice, OpenOffice, and pretty much any software you can think of. A very simple format, very easy to support. So let's go ahead and link up this one right here. Okay, now it's linked. So in our simple text, your item properties on the right, you want to go to the very bottom and it says no field attached. We're going to change that and you'll notice that our fields headers from our spreadsheet are now in this list. So this is our warehouse, which is in our spreadsheet called section. So let's go ahead and, so our spreadsheet, just to explain it one more time, has the name, phone number, the supervisor's office location, the section, which is the warehouse section, and a driver ID. All right, so it's going to look like that. Now your size here is going to determine the maximum space that this field can take, and it'll resize to fit into that field. In order to do that, we're going to go ahead and set it to stretchable, and we want to set our size to 6. Again, watch our other video. If you don't understand why we're doing that, it'll explain the whole thing, but that's what we need to do. Font, we'll go ahead and leave it at Arial for now, and this is linked up to section. Now real quick before we move on, let's preview what that would look like. So I'm going to hit the print preview button. And so you can see those section IDs that we have and see how it's pulling them from the spreadsheet to create our 5 different labels. Okay, now you can decide whether you like how that looks or not. I think it's a little more stretched out than I would prefer for the amount of text I have. So I'll just go ahead and do that and print preview it again. And just for the sake of this exercise, we'll say that looks fine. I mean, you can move it around, do whatever you want with it, and let's maybe turn off snap to grid and move this just a little bit. There we go. All right, but you get the picture. Right now we've added this dynamic text here that's linked to our spreadsheet. Let's go ahead and repeat that process. So again, simple text. We're going to put it as basically where we want it. Click it on stretchable. Set it to 6. That's to avoid clipping. And then place it approximately where we want it. And then attach the field. This is the name. Okay, let's do it again. We'll just, you can also, I mean, you can look at each time with each field, you can look and make sure everything looks the way you want it, or you can just do them all at once and then make the adjustments when you're done. In fact, let's make their name bold. Let's make this Arial black instead. Okay, and then let's try copying this one, paste it, and we want this last one to be linked to their location. That's their office location, and this one's going to be linked to their phone. Okay, let's go to that point and see how that looks. All right, those look okay. You know, based on, these are stretching based on the amount of text that's in each field. So you just want to resize those based on how much text you have. This one is always going to be shorter, so I'm going to make that one a little smaller because I prefer it that way personally. Again, that's just personal preference. So let's look at that. There we go, starting to look pretty good. And you could spend more time laying that out the way you want it, changing the fonts, etc., etc. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just trying to show you how to link those fields. So there you can see already we've linked up all the data for the different warehouse operators. We're just missing the driver data at this point. So let's go ahead and add that in, the driver ID. Simple text, click it in there, set it to stretchable. This helps with clipping, and we will link that to the driver ID. And then we'll try to get it approximately the size that we want it, location, and then we'll print preview it. All right, there we go. So basically what we've covered is how to take a spreadsheet, save it as a CSV. In Excel, you would just hit File, Save As, and change your file type to CSV, comma separated values. Once you have a CSV file, which is the spreadsheet file, you use this green plus to link that. And then you can start using the simple text data field, connecting each of those simple text items to different data fields. So we've pulled in 5 data fields from a simple spreadsheet, and now we have one label template here, and we can hit print. We can select different pages from that data set if we want, or we can print them all, and we'll get 5 different labels from that one data set. Very straightforward. The red X will disconnect the spreadsheet. It'll leave all your text items in place and just disconnect them from the spreadsheet. The refresh data source, if you have made changes to your spreadsheet, you can hit that button to refresh. You can also view the data source if you want to see some of that data while you're working on the label template without having to open Excel. And that's about all there is to it for data linking. Hopefully that helps you in your projects get your labels out faster without having to make separate labels for each data item. If you need more help with this or anything else, you can always call us at 877-762-9280, toll free. Tech support's always free. And thank you for choosing SafetyPro.